And welcome from wherever in the world you are watching. Possibly not Scotland live at this present moment because I know you're all watching the football. But welcome to the Great British Mickey Waffle. I'm John, and this week we are looking for you all. All the Starbucks lovers, the Joffreys aficionados, all the Folgers fans, which is possibly easier for you to say than it is for me, to grab your coffee mug, join in the debate. This is going to be caffeine-fueled fun. And welcome to Wafflers Wednesday. There we go. It's Wednesday again. It just seems like 2 minutes since we were on the People Mover last week and things like that. So I just think before we begin, I'm going to warn everyone. We're probably going to start a coffee war within the course of this. So yeah, do beware. It might well end up with a little bit of stropping in the chat and things like that. But let us know what your favourite coffee is and things like that. But also, we're thinking about our favourite places to go and enjoy that coffee at Walt Disney World. And who better, not just to share the show, but actually to go and share a coffee with, than Ben. Hiya, Ben.
Hiya, John. How are you?
I'm all right. It's Wednesday.
You know what? I've come prepared tonight.
There you go, you see.
And this isn't to show what brand that I'm supporting. And we're not sponsored by Starbucks or Joffrey's, even though I wish we were.
I wasn't that organised. I just brought me same old Nuba mug simply because it fits loads in it. That's it. I can't promise it'll be coffee that's in it by the end of the show, you know. And besides you, there's Becca keeping you on the straight and narrow, Ben.
I don't know about that.
Trying to make me book another Disney trip, is that right?
No, I will admit there isn't actually coffee in either of these mugs.
No,
it's not tea either. It's actually cold drinks.
Yeah, that's good. I might come back to that and talk, and reveal the resort mug revelation once again. That drinking wine from a resort mug.
It's a Wednesday. The drinks in here are needed.
Aye, absolutely. Isn't it just?
Weekend will be before we know it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Wednesday night is the new weekend, nearly. And hello to Claire. How are you?
I am well, thank you, John. It's been a day, but I'm here, and I don't have coffee. I have my usual Wednesday night beverage, which is just a wee wine.
Small one. It says Wafflers Wednesday. It's whining Wednesday.
Just a little wine in a big, massive cup. That's it.
Right. I didn't bother with it. I didn't put it in a mug. I thought that would be inappropriate. But I'm here, and I am really excited to talk about coffee. I love coffee, and I like drinking coffee in Walt Disney World. And even better, I like drinking coffee in Walt Disney World in a peaceful place with a friend. So here we are. And as we referred to, we are the Fantastic Four, apparently. That's how we were referred to earlier. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I'm slightly concerned if which one of us is like Mr. Fantastic, Susan Storm.
I think
Don't overthink it.
You're overthinking it, Ben. Let's go with it. Just take it and move on.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, dear me. Because actually, like I said, it's one of those things that I've got to say, I am not the biggest coffee drinker in the world, right? Simply because of the job I do. Coffee and I sort of, you can't sup a load of coffee and then expect to sort of be in the car for hours on end, etc. So it becomes a bit of an issue. But when they go to Walt Disney
you're having
World,
like a caffeine crash.
yeah, it's a bit of an odd one.
I think it's more that the car is not a commode.
It's the lack
Lack
of suitable facilities. I think is the right way of saying it.
There's not enough service stations around Scarborough.
No, definitely not. I tell you,
Not ones that you want to stop at, anyway.
No, even the supermarkets, and you wouldn't go in there either. But that's a whole other show. Anyway.
Lucky we're not talking about Scarborough. Let's not compare Scarborough to Walt Disney World, because I don't think we'll get very far.
I think Walt Disney World will win.
We've got
now,
Andy is a tea person. Look,
that's now
early morning tea, then coffee for the rest of the day. I can do that.
I'm the other way around. I'll start with coffee, tea from probably midday onwards.
Really?
No. For me, it's tea. Tea has to start the day. So then when I start work, it's coffee, and then in the evening, it's tea again.
So generally,
yeah.
So for me, coffee is a treat because I'm a bit fussy. I'm not a huge fan of instant.
No,
I don't have instant coffee in my house.
I don't think anyone is a fan of instant.
Yeah, but only when you work in an office, you can't have a machine.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, you can.
Although saying that, we do have a Tassimo in my office, so I could buy some pots.
Oh, that's a posh.
Do you know what? I think we've really started something here because Carrie's just said that she's a tea house and they drink PG tips. Now,
yay, look at that.
We used to be friends. We need to deal with this because
you need
some better tea.
You need Yorkshire tea.
That's what I'm about to say. I'll bring you some Yorkshire tea over.
Who's next over? I think John is next to come, isn't he? I think you arrive before I do. Only by a few days, but yeah.
There we go, yeah. I go. Yeah, so there you go.
We're bringing Yorkshire tea, which is the decent stuff.
Definitely.
No, I agree with that, Karen. Just coffee at Walt Disney World because no offense
the tea
to our American friends, but the tea there is horrible.
But also, you need the coffee to keep yourself going. If you're doing rope drop to fireworks, you're going to get to that afternoon slump.
There are other things you can drink that will help.
Yeah, true.
That are not coffee.
Alcohol makes me tired.
I believe.
Especially
I
when
didn't say alcohol, Becca. You made it.
Especially when you're in Epcot.
How very dare you?
I know you.
Isn't it?
Difference.
Do you know what I'm impressed about is that Morgan appears to have taken my lead, and every photo I see of him at the moment is him drinking a margarita somewhere in Epcot. You know, it's great.
At 9:30 in the morning.
Is that before work?
I was really proud. He rang me yesterday. We had a quick video call, and he was stood outside the Mexico Pavilion by the wall where we started the show a few weeks ago with Zach, just up by the pyramid, and he'd just eaten his elote and he had a margarita. So he'd finished work for the day and he was getting all the appropriate snacks in, and he was waiting for his Guardians groups. He's doing it right. Let's face it.
Yeah.
And I think talking about Epcot, I think we have someone in the green room who's currently in.
And
it's not Morg's at work, so it's not him.
Technically, Morg is in Epcot.
Yeah, he is, but he's working.
Yeah, it'd be intriguing. See how the Wi-Fi is going. We can probably tell where he is in Epcot if it works or not.
Yeah.
So if
it's
Is he at Disneyland Paris?
He's back on the people mover.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yeah. We're in the dark area of the with the land at the moment.
There you go. Look at that. We should have got. There you go. We should have got the sound bit, shouldn't we?
The atmospheric bit. Yeah. The rainforest.
I just thought it was the internet issues.
Oh, we should have brought him on 5 minutes later.
I know.
When he's actually in the greenhouse.
We'll be back there in a bit.
We're getting there in a minute.
Are you all right, Josh? You doing all right?
Yeah, doing well, thanks, Claire. Yeah, we're I've had a couple of days off, so we're back to work tomorrow, and the hard work starts again. So
excellent. So anyone who's joining us for the first time and doesn't know who Josh is, should we tell them, or do we leave it as a game? So Josh is John's son.
Offspring
Offspring
number
number one,
Yeah.
who is currently on the cultural exchange program in Orlando and is on a day off. And has taken us for a little trip around living with the land. You're
It's
not
a
singing
shame.
the song, Josh.
He will be. I did say to him last
I
night.
need to, don't I?
I haven't had time to upload it to the show. I know every time we say this, when we talk about living with the land, it's always that original sound song that comes from it. And it's there you go. There's Claire's keyboards. See,
It's a competition between keyboards.
See, it's not
I didn't hear. I can't hear. I've got my headphones in, so I can't hear my tappity tip tap tap.
Oh, we can.
I'm having my nails on the keyboard.
I think they can hear you in Disneyland right now. That's how loud it was.
Rude. Oh dear. It's not as loud as John's, but I saw some in Typo the other day that are like really chunky buttons and they were really loud. I was like, that's got to be John's keyboard.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is so beautiful. It really is. And I know we've said this so many times before that this is such a wonderful ride. And actually, I think it's still in keeping with our coffee theme as well. Because if you don't know how coffee is made, this is the ride for you. And go and just soak up exactly where some of the raw materials from everything that we eat and drink come from.
Vegetation containing natural fertilizers, we can enrich the soil without the use of chemicals.
Does that counts as our bit ecological bit for the year? That we're sorted.
I have to say, Millie has taken information back from living with the land to school and been commended strongly for it. So it's definitely educational.
Yeah. So I'm thinking of exactly where Josh is at the moment. In about 30 seconds time, everyone's going to need. If you're watching this on your telly, you're going to have to put sunglasses on because actually it's that bit where you've been in the dark for so long. Even when you're on the ride, you put your sunglasses on as well. So that's my health and safety warning in there as well.
It reminds me a little bit of Test Track, when you just go outside.
Yeah, but that's when you put your it's the guy close.
Yeah.
That's when you would put your sunglasses on. When I was there a couple of weeks ago, I actually had a woman sit next to me and she goes, "Have you ridden this before?" I said, "I have." And she went, "I could tell because you put your sunglasses on just at the right moment." I was like, That's just you're about to go outside and sunglasses on and then...
The last time I rode it, I had sunglasses on all the way around because I just forgot.
Well, I have to because I'm on a prescription.
Yeah.
So either I'm not wearing sunglasses and I'm blinded when I go outside, or that bit.
Or you just blind completely throughout the whole show.
Yeah. So.
Oh, so cool.
Or I ride it at night.
Yeah.
Good trick.
How could anybody not enjoy that? It's just a piece of absolute...
Those bananas.
Is it? Yeah.
We're about to get there, Claire.
Yay! Bananas.
Trying to see if they're actually growing coffee beans at the minute to keep.
That's what I was wondering.
Well done, Josh. Oh, we've got some friends in the chat. I'm just going to talk over you, Josh. We've got so many people. Carrie's obviously here. We've got Andy. We've got Movie Mania. Nick. Hi, Nick. Nice to see you in the chat.
Yeah.
Heather. We've got... Did I say Wendy? I think I said Wendy. Oh, I can see... Who else have we got?
We've got Neil
Laura
and
Neil and Karen.
Neil and Karen joining us
Laura
as well.
and Sam. All the people are here.
Andy. We've got loads. There's loads of Sam. We said Sam.
If you join it,
there's a controversial comment in the comments, and I am disappointed.
But
I know who's behind that. It isn't Jill.
That's Peter.
Yeah.
That's Peter.
Peter doesn't.
Well, do you know what, Peter? It wouldn't be dull if you ate the bananas. Then you'd have an interesting ride.
So what else?
That would spice it up a bit.
Now, that would be. I think. We could. That could be on our.
I'm only joking, Peter.
Put that on our Patreon. We could charge people for that. That would be great.
We'd need a Patreon first.
Hey, it's hospital bills.
I think this is the thing. It's relaxing. And I think a lot of the show tonight, I know we've mentioned about coffee, which is to keep you going. But actually, when you're in Florida, when it's Walt Disney World, you've always in that bit go from ride to a
Ride to
different
ride.
ride and do
Attraction to
different
attraction.
shows.
Yeah.
That actually you don't take the moment to just find that bit to relax. And I like living with the land because you can just sit, relax 20 minutes and learn something as well.
Oh, it's just so lovely.
The only thing is, I don't think you can actually take your coffee on to living with the land. I'm not 100% sure whether they allow people
don't think
to on it.
Don't
No.
know. I've not.
I've never tried.
No one tried.
I had bought a coffee from near Sunshine Seasons, and it is like the hottest coffee in the world.
Yeah.
The coffee that comes out of like the big filter coffee machines that you get at the drink refill stations, either in the resorts or like Sunshine Seasons, places like that. That coffee is so hot in temperature. I think they keep it just off boiling, and it comes in those the cups like with the pattern on the outside. I have a few of those in my drawer. It's slightly polystyrene, slightly foamed. That's nowhere near thick enough to cushion the heat from your fingers. It's like searing the fingerprints off your hand as you're trying to drink it.
So has anyone done behind the scenes tour?
It is absolutely amazing. It is one of those things that I know Josh has done it. And I know he's busy. He's probably at that bit where his hand's about to drop off because he's holding the camera.
Right, I'm going to flip it around 1 second. I've got something to add to this bit.
Right.
If I can figure out how to flip it around. Here we go. There we go. Can you see me now? There we go. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
He's got his Florida tan.
I'm getting there. One of our friends who is working in Epcot as well as Morg, she today was made to do the behind the scenes tour as part of her training.
Amazing.
Wow.
I like that you say made.
It's like,
well, I really enjoy it, and so does she, to be fair. So yeah, I think it was a worthy thing to do.
Yeah,
that's really good.
I think it's a great tour, and it's really inexpensive. It's only about $30. I think it's like $35 now. I think it's gone up a little bit. And you can get annual pass discount or DVC discount on that. And it's about an hour. I think it sometimes pushes over to an hour and a half. You get to go backstage. You get to see stuff that you wouldn't normally see. Millie's done it when she was about 7, and she found it super interesting. So even for children, it's a really interesting experience, and they make it relevant to all age groups. And she got a handout all about hydroponic growing vegetables and stuff. So she took that back to school and talked to her teacher at the time about how could they build some hydroponic like greenhouse things to try and make grow some vegetables. It was really cool.
I like that.
It's really amazing the whole fact that what you can actually do there is it flips the ride, and you actually are on stage for part of the
Talk about behind the scenes. There's people on the behind the scenes.
There you go.
Oh, there they are.
And I love that. I love the fact that you're on show, and as a guest in the park, you never ever really have that whole feeling that you're part of the attraction, and that for me it's one of those standout moments of all of my Disney experiences where you actually felt as if you were right there, and there was people looking and thinking, I wonder how those
look at them.
How did they get there? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's brilliant. This is so cool. It really is. I'm absolutely. The people in the chat, you've actually made this really worthwhile in so much as the fact that we don't know where Morg and Josh are going to be on a Wednesday. We don't know what they'll be able to do. But actually, just to be able to like you said, Anna, to take transporting you there, and that's a bit that we've never really been able to do because we're in the UK, we don't get to do all those nice things that other people do. So it's brilliant, it really is.
I've just looked behind the scenes. It's $39 to $45 per person.
Okay, cool.
So
it has gone up a price.
It's really good value, though.
Very reasonable.
Yeah,
I guess that's.
I think that's one of the biggest things about it. It's the price of it. Let's just say a massive hello to Mickey Scousers who have joined us in the chat. They're trying to say, won't say where they are, but I'm guessing.
I know.
They're in Universal, so.
I saw the pictures that I think Sarah shared yesterday.
Yeah.
Of the Royal Pacific Hotel.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it because we're staying there later this year. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
It's a brilliant place. And also, what I would say to them is, I think that they're just having an absolute blast. And again, they share so much online, which is so nice. The fact that for anyone who's planning a trip, for us who are sat in the, it's been sunny today, which has been better than it's been in Florida. It's been raining most of the day with Josh. But to have that ability to just dip in and out of people's holidays, it's so lovely. And we just, have an absolute amazing time, guys. See, these bits don't really do justice to it, do they? Because actually, when you sat them down,
but I like the audio because I like the.
Yeah. And but you know exactly where it is on the ride. That's the best thing.
I've lost count of how many times I've been on this attraction with friend of the show, nice guy Zach Brown, and he knows every single drum beat on this audio, and he will literally sit there and do, and he'll be halfway through a sentence and he'll just go. It's very funny.
Wow.
He knows it all extremely well. But yeah.
Shall we go and find Mom?
Yes.
That's the next plan. I popped in and saw him before, but he was actually working quite hard, so I didn't go and interrupt.
I beg your pardon.
He was working hard. Working hard.
Was
That's
he
a collector's item?
Yeah, right. That's go and see if he's what.
Yeah, he messaged me about 10 minutes ago to say he was off his break and that he'd like to have a visit. So I'll bring the show to him and we'll see.
You go find him and we'll come back to you when you're there.
Yeah, we'll drop you out and then come back and join us.
Cool. We can talk about coffee while they're
while he's wandering over.
What we're meant to be talking about, I think every show this summer is just going to be live from Walt Disney World, which is not a bad thing.
And that's a nice thing.
Kind of topic around it.
Oh, maybe we should rename the show to like the tea break.
There you go, you see.
Very British.
Very British. Yeah. Maybe we should just the tea break takes over.
Yeah.
We'll put some thought around that, people.
Time for tea at Walt Disney World.
Yeah. Okay, so coffee. We're in Epcot. Where are we going to have coffee?
I'm probably going to.
I'm trying to remember whether Joffrey's cart is in Epcot.
There's plenty.
There's quite a lot.
There's one between UK and Canada.
There's also
by the Celebration Building.
There's one in Mexico as well, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, can we start it off on the first footing of, does anyone have a preference? Because actually, I think that's a big thing, because if you've got a preference, then it kind of rules out certain locations, and it means that you go seeking a certain brew and a certain place, and it might be for whatever reason, the fact that you like one more than the other, or one does different flavors or whatever. So
I think Joffrey is more likely to do a specialty drink than Starbucks.
We get 10% discount in Joffrey's as well.
You know what? Can I just say, this has really just made me giggle. Dan's just joined the chat.
Yeah.
And he's gone all a low on us. For anyone in the UK who's ever seen a low,
everyone.
I know what he's doing and why, and he's in the middle of doing about 50 different things, but that really made me giggle because all I could think of was opposite Crabtree. If anyone in the US doesn't know what a low is, let us know. We will share because it's cracking. I probably, in terms of coffee flavour and quality of coffee brew, would go Starbucks rather than Joffrey's, in terms of. But I do recognise that Joffrey's has some different options that Starbucks doesn't always have. I like some of the other drinks that Starbucks do rather than. And I think that there's probably a bigger choice if it's not just me and we're buying for others. Like Millie isn't going to drink a coffee, but she will drink a frappuccino. you know,
we're the same, Claire, because actually Joe would love a peach iced tea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it just means that if you go to Starbucks, everybody gets a choice.
Yeah.
And that's possibly why Starbucks has become the world dominant sort of coffee place of choice, because they kind of cater for coffee and more.
Yeah.
And so that, from a family perspective, that's better. But I think I'm going with Ben on the fact that what Joffrey's actually offer is the different flavors. So if you are that sort of coffee aficionado that is seeking that different taste, it probably is that one. Because
if you're not going for that standard coffee drink and you wanted something a bit different, so
I don't want my coffee to taste of
and...
anything other than coffee. Thank you.
No, I'm the same, Claire.
I don't want syrup. I don't want caramel. I don't want vanilla. I don't want any of that rubbish. Give me coffee and
What I love about the Starbucks experience is that they'll always get your name wrong.
Oh, that's great! But you can give comedy names. It's like Bart Simpson comedy names. And that's also fun. Karen's just said her husband's a Starbucks chai latte addict. I am with him.
Same.
I am
never had it iced.
I have. So I had it by
gorgeous.
I had the iced chai by mistake. Morgan bought it by mistake for me once, and it's so good.
Nice.
I really like it. Yeah, I'm a bit of a chai fan, but I do like a straightforward coffee. I will drink a coffee frap if I'm really like an iced soy latte. I will drink. We have a standard order in our house, which is that mine is like an iced soy latte with an extra shot. Morgan will have a mocha frap with soy milk. Millie will have a chocolate cream frappuccino with peppermint syrup.
Very good choice.
All year round. And with extra cream and drizzle, the whole ridiculous lot. It's like 1,000 calories in a cup, and then she doesn't want dinner. And Dan tends to have like a refresher or something. So, but yeah, for me, I do want the coffee, and I don't want rubbish.
I think Josh might be either in the coffee shop or on his way to Morgue. So let's just drop him back in and see. Where are you?
I've just spotted a Morgue. Welcoming guests into Creations.
Oh, amazing! This is so cool for me seeing him working.
How'd it work? You go say hello. How'd it work, his Morgue?
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
Supervisors with him, so
I
don't think we'll disturb him too much.
Gets in trouble for going live. That's so cool.
I've spotted the Starbucks shop if you want to see the Starbucks.
Yeah, go show us the menu and see how busy it is. See how long the line is.
Okay.
I love a Starbucks, but this is one of the reasons I would tend to choose a Joffrey's over a Starbucks.
Yeah.
The lines are a lot shorter.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think
a coffee fix, I want one quickly.
At Connections, it seems to be obscenely long. And almost
I think
not as long as Cafe.
I think they must be trained by Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. So I have had coffee from there, and the good thing about the new, I use the word inverted commas, the new Starbucks location at Epcot is that you can take your coffee and sit outside in that new area, which is World Celebration area, which is so nice. There's some really cool. There's loads of tables and chairs and seating for you to charge your mobile, or if you wanted to grab a coffee and go to work, there's loads of laptop charging points. You know, there's so much space in World Celebration now that you could go and find a quiet little corner, whether that be in like a tall wooden seat or in some of the hot concrete. There's so many places you can find. You can take your coffee and sit next to Walt. You know, it's just such a good area to hang out in. You got to do, you deal with the devil to stand in this line first, but after that you can.
It doesn't actually look too.
I've seen it worse.
So what time is it? 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Yeah, I've seen that queue worse.
It's not shocking, but there is more of a queue here than probably most other places I'd imagine around here today.
Early in the morning, that queue is like 5 times that length. It's appalling.
Yeah. And also we've got to remember is the Rest of the World Showcase is open and the fact that it is 4 o'clock in the world showcase somewhere. So people have maybe moved on from the coffee, haven't they? So that's a massive difference from the way it used to be, though, and that is such a plus point to actually.
It's so much better than when it was Fountain View.
Yeah.
Josh, can you just show the seating areas in World Celebration? So there's one just the tables and chairs by Connections, and then maybe over to the concrete area near the bit where they do the meet and greets and stuff.
I love there's no walls. The last time we were in Epcot, there was walls.
I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
I'll go around the full bit for you. So this is out the front of Connections Cafe.
Oh, is it raining? Sorry, I didn't realise it was raining.
No, it's not now. It's stopped finally, but it's been raining pretty much from the minute we woke up this morning.
That's not really caring.
Yeah, as I say,
it's sunny
woe
outside.
is you.
Yeah.
So that's another side to the Starbucks there by the ball. And then
it's not a ball, it's a geodesic whatever.
Yeah.
Geodesic
sphere.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Let's get it right.
It's
not a golf ball.
What is a golf ball if it's not a geodesic
Just
sphere?
imagine the club if that was the golf ball.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is just amazing because
changed massively.
Beautiful.
That area on the left there, you can sit at tables and chairs, and then there's an area at the back which is really, I mean, in the blazing sun, the seats get very, very hot, and like the benching where you can lean gets super hot, but it's so lovely.
I'm loving the music.
Yeah. Josh, was there a queue to go and sit beside Walt?
There's a photo pass there now, though.
It's a photo pass opportunity. Yeah, there's no queue.
You can go and sit next to Walt as part of the show. We don't care. It's fine.
Well, yeah, I can't stick around because it is a photo opportunity, but
it's fine.
We'll come around and show you Walt.
We haven't been around this area yet. And we're not going to be going until next year.
Yeah, next
September.
September.
and that's exactly it. It's just like
there he is.
There's your opportunity with Walt.
And do you know what? That's the first thing Morgan and I did when we went over for him to move over. We went to Epcot on the first day, having been shopping, and the first thing we did was we walked all the way through to World Celebration and sat down and had a photo with Walt. It was amazing.
I am so tempted to get a one-day ticket, but I know we won't. We're going to behave this year.
I know you will. I know you will.
I've got to say, it'd be really nice if he was looking out that way and there was a dirty, great big fountain right in front.
What fountain? The other thing, Ben and Becca, I don't know if you've noticed, you see the white lines on the floor? When it's dark, they are lit up. Yeah, they change colour, so they've got like the purple, blues, and green hues of Epcot, and they light up.
Oh, Clay, your microphone's gone a little bit weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you just from your perspective, because I know this is probably one of the first or second times you've seen this since it's all been changed and stuff like that. What was your first reaction when you saw how much it had changed?
Well, obviously, a lot of change Disney makes sometimes we're not always in agreement with, and I used to love this area of Epcot even when it was the old way. But actually, when you see the way it is now, I think it's made such a massive difference. It just feels so much more like a little village, if anything. You could literally just come to this park now. You could come for a coffee, just have a chill.
Yeah.
Like it's very much. It's very.
Actually, I didn't realise those high tops that were in there as well.
Yeah.
That is,
And if you go into there, Josh, where those if you go into where the high tops are, and if you just scoot in there, you can show that there's like charging points and there's like little pedestals that have got chargers in.
Oh wow!
So if you wanted to just sit there and work,
Oh yeah.
I just need to get on a flight.
I just need to get on a flight.
If you flip that open and then there you are, you've got a whole bunch of USB-C and USBs there. So
wow.
If you want somewhere nice to take a coffee, look how busy it is.
I wouldn't have expected that, and that's actually, apart from the screw in the bottom right hand side of the picture there, which looks as if it's on its lazzies, but that's beautiful. It really is.
Is this the new festival area?
It is.
Yeah, I was just going to take you. So this is where the Encanto show now is. And in the distance over there is Figment. So if you're just looking for a bit of a reference, this is in the middle between Figment and the Epcot Ball.
Wow.
All right.
I think what my biggest take on all this is, though, is that it's very much in line with what Walt originally wanted for Epcot. It's very much a homely sort of area for people just to come in. It's not a theme park, this bit. It's very much a place you just come and you meet your friends and you chill and.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are. It reminds me of Apple Campus. Is that AstroTurf on the ground, Josh?
This is here, yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
This is the new Communicore hall that's open.
Communicore. Oh, my aching heart. Oh.
Wow. I just want to answer a question in the chat. Has anyone tried the Black Calf cold brew in Galaxy's Edge?
Oh.
And I'm going to say yes.
And don't try it. It's
really?
horrible.
What a shame.
Wasn't good. Yeah. It's a cold brew topped with sweet cream cheese and chocolate puffs.
That sounds...
Or without alcohol. We had the alcohol-free version.
It might taste better with alcohol. I mean, I'm not a fan of iced coffees and cold coffees anyway. So I was probably never going to like it.
It was drinkable, but I would much rather have just, it wasn't great. I wouldn't rush back to it.
It's got crisp, it's got cereal on the top.
Yeah.
Josh, stop where you are and just wait a minute.
Yeah, it's got
And then
Nesquik
we might
on
ask
it,
you to come back a minute there. Sorry, otherwise he's on the way somewhere else. Stay where you are, because I want you to go back into the community call, because I'm interested. I'm interested in people's viewpoints on this, because when we were all sold, and this probably goes against what against the positive approach that we always have, but when we were all sold what this was meant to look like and what it was going to be, it kind of hasn't got to that whole part of what we thought it was going to look like and what it was going to be inside, and it basically just looked like a big village hall.
Yeah.
And without that real true Imagineering and that real passion that we kind of expected, it's just like a big seating area, and it
reminds me of what it used to be.
I know
it feels like the same, just the same bit, where there was just toilets here, and just a walkway area you'd walk through. It just doesn't.
I thought it was just me, Ben. Because I'm looking at this for the first time, and I'm looking at this, and
I've seen quite a few comments of these pictures of this before.
Yeah,
and I'm not sure what this area is going to be used for.
Yeah,
that's probably what it's going to depend on. I mean, for me, it reminds me almost of a student recreation centre at a university.
It's just like a big canteen.
Yeah.
But useful in the rain.
Without the food courts as well.
Yeah, without food.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's missing something. I that's what just struck me. I'm looking at this for the very first time. I'm not one who will watch other streams and things like that. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking,
it's missing a coffee cart.
It's missing something. And I'm disappointed with that, because that's a real shame. It's a real opportunity. And, I think that's maybe something where...
I wonder whether it's something they could also use somewhere where when the festival is on, so like for food and wine later this year, because at the minute there is no festival at Epcot.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see what happens. I guess they'll put something in there. But
seminars, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. That's a good call, that, Karen. I actually think, it is a bit soulless, and I hope they do decorate it, and it needs something, and I think that's.
I think it's when you compare it to outside, when you think you've got the Walt statue and everything else, it looks incredible, and then you've got this. It just doesn't. It just feels like it was designed by two different companies.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of when you buy a brand new house and they've painted everything magnolia.
Yeah.
And you have to wait 6 months to paint and repaint, so you've got to let the walls dry out.
Decorating,
Yeah. Oh, there's. I think that is actually a comment of the night. Laura, thank you so much. It's somewhere where you take all the kids.
So true.
Kids on a school trip, you take them for the pack lunch. That is. Yeah. Thank you. That is the best comment of the show. That love it.
Yeah.
That's really made me giggle.
Same here. True. I love it. Yeah.
Amazing.
And as a former teacher, that would be a prime place for a pack up stop. It's got toilets nearby, and
it's dry. You've got everything you need. It's contained.
It's got doors where you know the kids can't spill out elsewhere. I'm with you there, Laura. That's so
funny.
I love that. So really has made my night. That. Oh cool. Dear! This is just making me want to just.
And that's right, though. There are chairs and air conditioning.
That is also true.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I know there was a comment earlier on about coffee around. It was not in Epcot, but someone mentioned about coffee at the Riviera Resort. That if you go, have they've got Le Petit Cafe do specialty coffees. And also they do an almond cold brew and a cinnamon cold brew.
Yeah, and you can go and sit up. Can you go and sit upstairs on the terrace at Topolino's with your coffee?
I think you can.
Can you ask to just go and sit outside on those nice?
I know. In the not on Topolino's, but outside the main lobby, there are a couple of terraces.
They're nice.
You can go and sit, and
very nice.
We've spent a lot of times where we've been tired in Hollywood Studios. We jump on the Skyliner, go grab a bite to eat, and just sit out there for a couple of hours and just relax.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know it's there, so I'm hoping that doesn't spoil it for us in the future.
Look, Riviera have got their own Duffy's blend as well.
Yeah,
they do. It's very good.
Very nice.
And you can take your coffee on the Skyliner.
Yes,
you can.
And you could just ride that round and round if you wanted. You'd have to get off and move every now and again. But Carrie, you've beaten me to it. I have got a split screen in front of me, and on my left side of my screen, I have the menu for the Kringler Bakery Og Cafe. And yes, Viking coffee is still a thing. And I don't know whether anyone else has had Viking coffee. It is. So you get it in the cafe. It is alcoholic. They do one without.
How did we know that was going to be the next slide?
The Christoph coffee is the one without any alcohol. Move past that, people. Move on to the Viking coffee. So the Viking coffee is coffee with Bailey's and Kimura coffee liqueur in it. Ooh. So it's like Kahlua. And if you order the frozen one, it comes chilled, frozen, like a slush. And then the thing I don't like is they put it's almost like a chocolate Captain Crunch on the top. Sorry, Captain Crunch on the top. So it comes with like this frozen. I was going to say creamy head on the top. And then it comes with crunchy bits. And the crunchy bits are horrible. They're really not. John's lost it completely. The crunchy bits aren't.
The fact you try to self-edit yourself and still went with it. It's even bad.
It has to happen. I have to say it. So the chocolate crunch cereal, it is more like a Captain Crunch than it is like a Cocoa Pop. And it's
like
chunky.
Cocoa Rocks.
Right, it's like choco, and they literally lacerate the inside of your mouth like Captain Crunch does.
Yeah. Nesquik cereal.
Yeah, and that's not pleasant. So they're sat on the top, and then you've got to try. Yes, Anna says pick off the crunchy bits. You kind of have to, because if you try and drink through them, it's not good.
It's not good. Coffee.
It does ruin it.
So they're the same things that are on the one at Galaxy's Edge.
Right. Yeah, I don't like them. I would rather have it without them. So I wouldn't have the frozen one again. I would have the standard Viking coffee with the Baileys and the coffee liqueur.
Yeah.
Just as a top tip.
I will be trying.
I don't want Cocoa Pebbles near my coffee.
Next time.
That's it.
No one needs cocoa pebbles in their coffee. The other place that I've had a really good coffee was actually at the Joffrey's Cart in the American Adventure.
Okay.
So you know the one that does like their massive donuts next to the turkey meat. That's the. I'm trying to think what it's called.
It's the one that's right next to the funnel cake stand, isn't it?
No, the other side near the turkey leg stand. So it's on the Italy side, and the only reason
I get distracted there, Claire, because there's a great bar that serves Yingling, and it wins. That wins over the beer. Wins over the coffee every time.
It depends on who's buying and what time it is. So
not really.
See, you all blame me for wanting out. I get the blame for all of this. But they do a coffee. I'm just trying to find it in my in the list of places. So they do a coffee which has Baileys in it as well. And the only reason I know that is because nice guy Zach Brown bought me. We were in the queue for the candlelight processional last year. And he said, do you want a drink? I said, yeah. Can I get a coffee? And he came back with some frozen coffee drink, which had as much Baileys in it as it did anything else. As Anna said, she went to the toilet, came back, and Claire had a Baileys coffee. Yes, that is actually what happened. And I can't remember what it was. I'm just trying to find it in the is it a fife and drum, maybe? I think perhaps.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm sure that might be the thing.
Now, which Joffrey's is this?
This is the one at World Celebration, I believe. Which is enter into showcase. So there's your coffee options.
Yeah. And that kind of sweeps up a lot of people who've gone past Starbucks, and it's actually prime. I think that's more prime position for a coffee stop than anywhere else.
I think you're right. Actually,
works well, doesn't it? You kind of, if you've got beyond the fact that you're not going to do Soaring or you're not going to Guardians, and you basically you find yourself in the showcase and it's coffee time. And it's into there.
It's surprising how many there are Joffrey's carts at Epcot versus Magic
There's
Kingdom.
loads. There's loads.
Magic Kingdom, the only one that comes to mind is the one in Tomorrowland.
It's the only one they have.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I can't. Nothing else in Magic Kingdom strings to mind. You've got
Starbucks and you've got the one in Tomorrowland. There may be another one. I mean, obviously you can get coffee at any of the quick service places. But I don't think there's any other official Joffrey's and Starbucks.
I'm assuming we can all tell which way round showcase we're going today.
Are you winding me up?
No.
Thank you.
The only way to go around showcase.
Yeah.
Is to start.
Unless you're coming through International Gateway.
Then you start in Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you start in the UK.
Head to Mexico. Oh wow, it's busy. It's busy in there, Josh.
Rammed. Really busy here today.
Wow.
I wasn't expecting that, given the rain and actually given the fact that.
Yeah, we'll have a quick look inside because all the indoor attractions at the minute are all got wait time to 30 minutes.
Wow.
Which, given they're normally all walk on, it's been a bit of a surprise today.
Probably because of all that rain.
I think so, and that's probably one of the best places to be if you're caught in the rain because there's so much still to do.
Yeah, and a lot of it's indoors.
And places to shelter, and you can jump between countries and not get too soaked. So yeah. Karen's saying they made it to Canada and the UK and not very many other places. Made it to the Rose and Crown, and that was close enough. That'll do.
Yeah, I love that.
What does the line look like for the Cava del Tequila? Is it all the way out the door yet, or is it not too bad?
Yes, it's out the door.
Yeah,
and they have a typical Disney. They have a typical Disney windy queue on the go as well. So,
oh my goodness,
I've never seen that place quiet.
No,
I've seen the queue all the way up the slope and out.
Really?
Through switchbacks in the the entrance lobby where you've got the big cocoa things, and through 4 or 5 switchbacks during food and wine. just like on a Saturday afternoon, and it's like so busy. There's a new, I know we're not talking about this, but we're here and you're there, Josh. There is new Three Caballeros merchandise.
That's the whole reason I really came in, to be honest, Claire, because Morg was in here yesterday and was showing me, and
he bought some.
He's got a lot of t-shirts now that I quite want, so I'm
Yeah.
having a look.
There's a lounge flight, there are ears, and there's a t-shirt that I believe now belongs to Morgan.
Yeah, I'm on the lookout.
Yeah. Cast member discount is
this is like Wednesday. We're going to turn it into Wednesday night shopping show, isn't it?
I know.
Here we go. I think I found where it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So you got the Three Caballeros ears.
Oh, nice.
And you got the t-shirt.
Oh wow.
You got the lounge fly. And
the Turvis. How much is that? How much is the Turvis mug that's in your hand? How much is I bet it's expensive.
Very reasonable price, Claire, of $34.99.
Okay, that's not as expensive as I thought it might be.
No.
It's okay.
I quite like that jumper.
That t-shirt has got something on the back of it.
I like the front of it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this might be the one Morg has.
That is the one that Morgan bought yesterday. Yeah. You can almost hear it singing.
Actually doesn't have a price on it, this one.
It's free then. Isn't that the rule? There's no price, it's free.
Yeah.
If only, Claire.
I know.
We'll head out of here. It's rather busy.
I'm really taken by this, because actually, certainly from our experience in the Mexico Pavilion, and certainly when the kids were younger, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you're in the chat, do you remember the days when the Three Caballeros was basically just a walk on every single time you went in? And it was just like, it was your go-to place, and you would just be able to straight on. And if it was just like, oh, we'll go and do it again. And we'll go and do it again. Because it was brilliant. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just one of them things that has just got busier and busier. Probably, we're going back to probably 2017 onwards and things like that. So,
yeah. Oh, Carrie, thank you.
Carrie, yeah.
Go find him. He's there on Sunday. Go look for him.
Yeah, and thank you ever so much for your kind offer earlier. I'm sure Josh will get in touch, or I'll get in touch with you and stuff like that. But
amazing.
Appreciate you joining us.
I dare say Mexico's probably evolved since the likes of is it Coco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's where you get
Theming inside the attraction of.
There are two dead spots in Epcot.
It is. It's weird.
That's one of them.
Yeah. But it'll come back as well because it's actually. Yeah.
There we go. We're now in Norway.
See, who needs to travel around the world? You can just go to Epcot.
Oh, hi Matt. Nice for you to join us in the chat. It's really nice to see you. Matt from Married to a Disney Addict podcast. Friend of the show.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, show us the line for Frozen.
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 Yeah.
So here we go.
It's like
flipping around.
Yeah.
Go get one. Go and get one.
Here we go. The line starts just over.
No.
Oh my word.
Oh, it's
wow.
It's displaying 65. I'm not convinced myself.
It's lying.
No.
I think that's at least 90.
Yeah.
But there's no fast pass queue, and that was the only thing previously when it was queuing out the door, and everyone had the fast pass. Then it would actually be sort of 90 minutes, etc. You get through that now.
I think the impact of the queues, what you're seeing, is the closure of Test Track.
Do you think?
Yeah. I've been watching it all week. That Epcot, it's probably doubled every capacity.
I think it has been
every single ride.
Maybe we won't be going to Epcot.
No,
But
it is one of those.
I didn't realise Test Track took up that many guests. I guess
that was my thing, Claire. And I was having a chat last night with Josh about this because when you're saying that the queue times have just gone through the roof, and I think he was there the day after Test Track show, and the queue lines were for Ratatouille was just ridiculous.
Yeah,
and when you're thinking, hang on a minute, has somebody misunderstood exactly how many people Test Track actually took? It's crazy. I can't grasp it, and I think it probably just needs to sort itself out a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess
the noticeable difference, to be honest.
I guess you're right. In terms of Test Track, does eat a lot of people because you've got people on the ride. You've got probably
designing the cars. You've
got people designing the cars. You've probably got 20 different vehicles right in mid-ride, all holding 6 people.
Yeah.
So I guess when you add up the capacity, it's probably fairly substantial.
Possibly, now, when people are buying Genie Plus for the day, it's like it's a one less choice.
It's
filling up the capacity of those others quicker.
I still wouldn't prefer Frozen though.
Yeah. if I'm going on Frozen, it will be the first thing in the morning, rope drop.
We just
the longest we've ever done it is 15-20 minutes at rope drop.
I don't think we've even done that. I just don't bother because I don't actually like it that much.
No. It's a once a trip, if that.
And the same with Ratatouille, actually. I don't bother with that because it sounds so poncy. I've done it so many times in Paris that but it is exactly the same attraction. I don't feel the need to do it to queue for as long as you have to in Orlando to do it. When I know the ride. So
is it still hot in
Matt? Is it still hot there, Josh?
Yeah, it's
stupid question.
Still warm. It's humid. There's a bit of a wind though, so it's humid, but it's not like boiling hot. It's a bit of a strange one today.
Okay, because last week was obscene, wasn't it? It was like 36, 37, 38 degrees.
Yeah, last week.
And then it rained.
Last week was warm, but it's just non-stop rain this week. That's been the issue. But we do some nice weather on Friday, which so happens to be my first day working outdoors.
Oh, that's good.
All this nice cooler weather we've had this week is going to shift just in time for me to work outside. So,
Oh dear. I'm just trying to think.
Do you know where you're going to be working?
This is the other dead spot.
Zone.
I'm trying to think of other coffee places. That we would go to.
Where would people go in the studios now? That's the thing. For me, the studios became quite.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
I used to
Joffrey's place by Tower of Terror.
Yes. So the Joffrey's Cart by Tower of Terror, but also the bit by Fairfax Fair, which has a couple of different things there on the left-hand side. That's very good. And also the Joffrey's Cart in the Pixar area. Yeah. So as you almost by One Man's Dream. So that bit as you come around the corner. Yeah. They have really good coffee as well. And really good other drinks too. So we've stopped there several times. I like it there.
I just think it's a perfect nod to those days before the Starbucks went in the park there. Of Starring Rolls.
Rolls.
Starring Rolls was just the most beautiful place.
Right to stop.
We can't
have a moment of silence.
Yeah,
can we just have a minute's silence for the right to stop?
An honorary drink at Baseline Tap House in memory of
But Starring Rolls itself was a great place because early morning you could go for a coffee and you'd actually just people watch. Everyone as they were coming into the park and you'd see those
running down Sunset to get to Tower of Terror.
And you'd already
sit outside in that little courtyard.
It was brilliant. It was a lovely, lovely little place just to enjoy the coffee, but also just to enjoy the ambience of the park, and but also actually to enjoy the very fact that you could sit there, and the food was quite good as well. So you get a
Oh.
really nice cinnamon bun and things like that. It was
Ridiculous
great.
sandwiches.
Yeah, I just like, I
Sized.
still missed. Oh, I must admit.
What was it? Butterfinger cupcake. Hello. What was that about? That was obscene. Oh, I love. Yes, starring rolls was the best dining plan hack. The huge pastries were considered snacks. Matt,
Totally agree, Matt.
Yeah.
It really was. It was.
And there's still nothing in that building. I just think they're missing a trick. You could. I mean,
well, the only problem is they put is Club 33 there, or is that next door?
it's not there. That's just an empty shell.
No, but up next to it is upstairs where you in starring rolls. Upstairs of it was.
So it's almost above Brown Derby Club 33. Brown Derby do a coffee that you can order from Joffrey's. It's quite nice, but not as. I think the best one we've had, and I'm going to give a massive shout out to the bog standard coffee that you can get in Trattoria al Forno.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Trattoria's coffee blend is my go-to if I'm ordering from Joffrey's, because we can order in the UK. It costs a
You
specific.
can't anymore.
Oh no! Shut up!
You can't order Disney licensed coffee to import into the UK anymore.
I am.
So there is a trick, Claire.
There
you
is
need
a way
to
around it.
order it to your hotel while you're in Florida. Bring it back home with you.
Well, staying in a hotel though. I'm not bringing it over. I'm staying.
Or
maybe
one of your very great.
Order it to Flamingo Crossings.
I think so.
Or I'll order it to somebody's.
I didn't realise
somebody's
that.
house.
That's awful.
Yeah.
It only changed about a month or so ago.
Oh,
tried to
I've got probably another four packets left before I run out and need some more. So maybe Flamingo Crossings, or I'll order it to a friend's house.
Yep.
But Trattoria al Forno blend is incredible. It's so smooth. It's not bitter, but it is also super strong, which is what I like. So, and actually getting a cup of that. So going for breakfast at Trattoria al Forno, like at 7:45 in the morning.
Yeah. So
you've got a nice leisurely 45 minutes, hour for breakfast. And then as you leave, you get a coffee to go. Because that's the trick, people, when you're dining in a Disney restaurant, they say, can I get you anything else if you've had coffee? Yeah, can you put one of these in a to-go cup for me? So getting a coffee to go from Trattoria al Forno, and then just a leisurely walk around the edge of Bay Lake. I don't mean that, I mean Crescent Lake, with the coffee and watching the sunrise over by the boardwalk and watching the yacht club in the background.
Wait,
that
Bay Lake. I'm going to say please shout out for Kona Cafe.
So we're having breakfast at Kona for the first time in August. Never done breakfast at Kona because
it's amazing.
I'm really looking forward to it.
We have traded in Cape May Cafe for Kona.
Shut up! No way!
Yeah.
Wow.
We looked at the price and gone like we've done it before, but not with characters. So we decided that actually for our trip in September, Kona fits better for us.
So we're doing breakfast at Kona, having never done it. I think I've got like a 7:45 reservation within the first 2 or 3 days. I am really looking forward to it. I think it looks amazing, the menu. It's not somewhere that we go regularly, but actually I'm excited by it. And the Kona blend coffee is so good.
Yes.
So yes, that is on our list. It's booked.
I can tell you somewhere I wouldn't buy coffee from. And that's Boardwalk Bakery, and their
standard regular coffee.
Yeah, their standard regular coffee.
Okay.
It is not very nice.
We tried it once. This was in 2018,
Okay.
and we had coffee with breakfast, and it was like, no, I don't know what was wrong. Something wrong with the machine. It was terrible.
Yeah.
You see, I think some of the coffee off-site can also be brilliant. I don't know, we're talking about in Walt Disney World, but near Walt Disney World, I mean, criticize me all you like. Okay. I quite like Denny's coffee.
Oh,
okay.
I've never actually tried Denny's coffee.
Wow, that's the most controversial thing I think I've heard on this show for years. Wow.
What, Claire's been to a Denny's?
That's
I like Denny's.
Oh no!
It's up there with comparing Disneyland to Blackpool, isn't it?
I quite like a Denny's coffee. I think it's not. That's the place that does the Bailey's coffee, Josh.
This one here.
But yeah, a Denny's coffee in the morning, I can totally deal with. And recently been to Kiki's. They do great coffee. And Hash House a Go Go up by Flamingo, also good coffee. So, but yeah, I maybe it's just a nostalgia thing going to Denny's and having a slightly dirty mug and maybe that adds to the flavour.
I think there are some resorts that do some incredible coffee, and I've had was it Cafe Bom Bom from Barcelona Lounge?
Oh, is that the one where it's got condensed milk in it?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. It's
they have a big coffee menu actually at Barcelona Lounge.
They do.
And amazing places to sit and relax and enjoy. You can go outside and sit on the mosaic seating, or you can, go and sit by the water. You can have a little stroll around the lake. It's a really great place to hang out actually.
Have a seat in the lounge itself, which is lovely, or you can take a walk down to what used to be the main lobby is not now the main lobby.
And
it's always empty. There's nobody in there. And you often find characters doing a little character palooza down there by the water with a little fountain outside the shop. And often there is a little character palooza thing going on, which is quite fun.
Especially if the weather's not great.
Yeah.
You'll find them indoors at that area.
Okay, so Sam is saying the coffee at Gideon's is supposed to be good, and showing about the queues. I have never bothered to wait for Gideon's. Ben and Becky, you have, haven't you?
We've had the cookies, not the coffee.
Well, I have to admit, the queue we've never had an issue with. And the first time we went up and they said, it's a virtual queue. So they said, come back in 45 minutes. We went to Deluxe Burger, come back, and they let us straight in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because you need a US phone number to join the virtual queue, or you did at that time.
So they put our name on a list, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, we did that with Trader Sam's as well. Just saying. They said,
peanut
"What's your
cold brew?"
Trader Sam said, "What's your cell number?" I said, "Don't have a US cell." They said, "I'll come back in," and I came back like 20 minutes earlier, and they let us straight in.
Yeah,
The peanut butter cold brew, like peanut butter, I love. Coffee, I love. Putting those two things together,
maybe
not. I guess it's one you have to try.
But that'll mean going into Gideon.
Which I'm not going to keep for.
We're staying at Saratoga Springs later this year, so maybe we'll give it a go.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And Old Key West too, so we're not far from Disney Springs.
This is true.
I love the fact we're just chatting about coffee and Josh is walking around Epcot for us.
It's the perfect background. I've got lost in what Josh is doing, and I'm actually walking step by step with him, and I know how quickly he's walking.
Yeah, he's going for it.
Yeah, but I know he's looking at his watch and he's knowing that. We're at a certain time of the show, and if he walks quicker, he can get around to the UK and Canada. But it's lovely. It's such a nice background to the actual show. So
yeah, it's amazing.
It's lovely.
Oh, that's not amazing.
There was a small child earlier.
Happiest place on earth.
It wasn't feeling the magic, I must admit.
Even Millie now goes, "Oh, happiest place on earth." And there's a child screaming. It's so funny. It's I'm trying to think in Animal Kingdom. Let's talk coffee in Animal Kingdom. So Creature Comforts is the Starbucks.
There's one to avoid. Don't go to the jockeys as you enter the park, just before you get into the park. So the bit where the security is.
Yeah. So that was fenced off 2 weeks ago when I was there. It was closed off.
And we were there, and it was being swarmed by wasps.
That might be
syrups and everything. And this was last June? No, October.
Okay, so the whole of that area was blocked off with scrim and fencing 2 weeks ago. So
I felt so sorry for the cast members that were there, because they were just serving coffee and donuts, and There was like.
So I've seen that at the lunching pad as well. So I got something from the lunching pad, and they've got obviously donuts on display and various. And there's the amount of wasps, and they were just like swatting them and trying to work through it. They do a really good job. You know, it must be horrible.
Yeah. A good fact I learned about Animal Kingdom for coffee in my tour the other day. Is that for every coffee you buy at the Starbucks, there's a partnership that Starbucks then donate money from each coffee purchase to the conservation fund.
Oh, wow.
I did not know that. That's amazing.
Well,
specifically the is it like the white topped monkeys or something that are by the
opposite the Creature Comforts.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's that one. And it's basically Starbucks support the actual keeping of them. Disney have to put no money into looking after the into them.
Do you know what?
So yeah, Starbucks look after them.
That's fantastic.
Buying more Starbucks at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. Which goes to show you've taken in the training that you've been given.
But that's so cool. We would never have known that had Josh not been working there. So this is like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And you know what? Creature Comforts is our go-to for breakfast at Animal Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Us too. And it's efficient. It works quite quick. You know, it is quite efficient.
All of the Starbucks on property, it's probably the quickest.
Yeah, definitely.
Grab a quick coffee and a pastry, and then head on over the bridge into Africa. That's our usual approach.
We walk backwards and sit outside Pizza Theory.
Yeah, Pizza
Theory. Oh, don't sit down. Keep moving, people.
No, nice relaxing sit down coffee.
There's a Yeti to find.
Yeah, but we've already been on Expedition Everest and Flight Passage, then breakfast. You have to do the attraction first.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, John?
See, you're learning fast, Ben. It's taken us 5 years of doing this, and you're actually now getting why.
I love the fact we have a different approach to it.
Well, what I also like is that, like you said, John, doing this 5 years, and I've been on so many more attractions and done Disney in a very different way to the previous 5.
Yeah.
Thing is, I can't do Everest on a full stomach.
No.
Why not?
It's just like,
that's more fun.
That's the risk.
It makes me dizzy anyway.
It's like the roulette stuff there. I'm just having a quick look through Animal Kingdom, and I think that the Kusafiri coffee shop is really good, and they have good coffee, and they have some really interesting menu items that go along with their good coffee, and there's a little seating area just beside it that you can find a little spot to sit down. They do a really good breakfast tachos that we didn't get but thought about getting. They do some really nice pastries. So they do a pistachio honey croissant, which you can't get anywhere else. And then later in the day, they also do a flatbread and the Impossible Gatsby, which is almost like it's almost like an empanada, but it's a pita. And that's really good. But they do cinnamon roll all day. They do freshly brewed coffee. They do an African coffee which has got amarula cream in it. Don't know if anyone remembers the adverts for amarula cream in the UK. And they do a coconut iced coffee with amarula cream and condensed milk in it. Ben, that sounds like your kind of thing.
It really does.
Which, if you were in Animal Kingdom in that area, I would tend to go to the Tambu Lounge. Yeah. No, I don't mean that. I mean no, what's the bar next to Tusker? Darwa Bar.
Darwa Bar.
I would tend to go Darwa Bar and get a drink there. But actually, I might be tempted to go and try the iced coffee with amarula cream and condensed milk. I think
there are so many places in Animal Kingdom to relax, and even if you're not getting a coffee, and I find just going through the trails relaxing, because you can take them at your own pace. You can
take your drink with you. You can just wander around and enjoy the scenery and the animals, and have a chat with the cast members around there as well, because they'll tell you all about it. I particularly like all the murals in the one in Asia that tell the story of the Maharaja and the journey through the history of the tigers and various things. It's really, really beautiful, and the cast members will tell you all the history of that. I've made it to the UK.
Yeah,
or is that France?
We're
Yeah, I'm more intrigued here. I've become one of those people who, for all I listen to all our podcasts and things like that, I'm very sort of always into the audio. In the space of one show, just because we've been walking around World Showcase, I've just been completely stuck on the actual visual. And it's just like, you guys, I found myself zoning out there because
it's the most quiet John's ever been.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is what we need,
and it's still not the shortest show.
Just put pictures up. Put pictures up where John can just watch a place he loves, and he's really looking forward to going and seeing again.
John, just think, where will you be in 2 months' time?
I know, and it's just like it's actually.
This will be John live.
Yeah, it will. It will, and yeah.
What you mean from the inside of the Rose and Crown?
I get a season ticket for 3 weeks in the Rose and Crown.
I'll have an annual pass to the Rose and Crown. Thank you very much.
My question, just going back to France for a second. So the only difference between Ratatouille here and Ratatouille in Paris is a Ratatouille in Paris has a single ride on lane.
Yeah,
and if you look above where you walk into the attraction, because everything's carbon copy, you have a wait time for the standby line, and then above where the lightning lane line is, there's also a wait time thing that never displays anything.
Yeah.
So it's as though they prepared the area to have a single rider for Ratatouille, but never actually did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that'll come though once the whole once it becomes a normal kind of attraction. It's not got a lot of people going to it. That might come.
Do you think? I don't think the single rider line exists inside it. I don't think there is a
doesn't it?
For it. No.
The actual area is really small compared to Paris.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I think what's happened is that they've just carbon copied the outside and gone, okay, this is what we're going to do. But Matt just thought it doesn't need a single rider. Because when you think actually most new attractions now don't have a single rider.
No.
When you think there's not one
and
for
I'm
there's
hopeful
not one
that
for Guardians.
I'm a bit worried that when they redo Test Track, they're going to get rid of it. I'm a bit worried.
I hope not.
And introduce virtual queue.
Well, I'll probably do that anyway. But
I can't lie though, virtual queue has been a real positive in my experience so far.
Yeah.
It basically means you are guaranteed to get on the top attraction.
Just going to wait it out. Yeah.
Exactly. And you go and do all the other stuff before you get in the queue, and you wait maximum an hour for it. Whereas if you've got a normal standby for those attractions, you at the minute you'd be waiting for Guardians for nearly 300 minutes with crowd levels like this. So
it's a bit like when Pandora opened and the queues for Flight of Passage were like 6 hours on the first.
Yeah, exactly. It avoids any of that, and it doesn't eat. Yeah, and I hadn't actually realised that you could get one at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So if you're not up early, you can still get one for 1 in the afternoon, and you could still ride Guardians, let's say 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah, and I think if I remember rightly, if you on part of the extended evening hours for extended,
you can get another one.
And I think for the Halloween parties, have them open from 6 p.m.
You can. So you can get a third one. You can get 3 in a day if you're in the right place at the right time.
Wow.
Definitely.
Oh, I've got the sound. I've got this. When you're walking past that stage in Canada there, while they were talking, you get the sound of off kilter in your ears. I've got the Scotland game in the final throes of.
It's still 1-1.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. They just missed a really good chance to win it, but hey ho. But yeah, the sounds of off kilter would have been just perfect for that moment, Hey.
Okay. So is there any other coffee places we've not mentioned?
Probably loads.
I think there's tons. I mean, we've talked
loads.
loosely about coffee, but we've been busy chatting with Josh as well.
I think there's so many at resorts. I think
the Disney Springs.
Disney Springs, you've got the Jockey's Place, which you can get the custom art on the on your coffee.
You can
also get your logos printed or anything printed on there. You just do the app on your phone.
Has anyone got to the point of doing the GB Mickey Waffle logo yet?
Not yet, but I'll tell you what we did once. We got them on M&Ms in the M&Ms store.
Oh,
that's so cool! I did not know that. That's so funny.
I'll dig out the
have
picture.
a picture somewhere.
But yeah, we need to let person there needs to take the logo on their phone and go
We'll put it on their coffee. Yeah, definitely.
I think as well, and what's been really nice in everything we've discussed about coffee tonight is it's actually surprised me, because I think when you come to coffee, a lot of people can be really quite snobby about it, and they become very sort of, oh well, I will only do this, I'll only do that, and actually when you're on holiday, you really don't care that much.
No.
It's a coffee, it's a little bit of it's a drink, and it's a means to move the family on and things like that.
It all just depends on where you are when you want that coffee.
Yeah. And
it's like, okay, well, this is the nearest stand to me. Joffrey's great. I'll go there.
Yeah.
It's like, but it just then over time, if you go back, you go, oh, I remember walking past that. Didn't get a coffee then, but I'll grab it later. We did that with a toffee flight, which is the name of the drink from the Joffrey's stand right by the Skyliner at Caribbean Beach. And that's
very nice.
Really, really nice.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because I actually think in the UK, I think a lot of us become very sort of brand centric, and it's not a good thing in some ways, because actually when you go to Florida, you actually, for that same reason, you're forced into drinking different flavors, different brews and things like that, which actually widens your palate, and actually it makes you it probably makes your appreciation a little bit better as well. Like,
it's probably why you don't drink the tea. It's like, no, the tea's not great. So coffee it is.
Yeah. Josh, it's probably a good time. Where are you now?
Yeah,
you've just gone full circle.
Just gone full circle. Just coming back up towards the centurion.
So that's your steps done for the day, then, son. That's even better. Yeah.
Exercise done indeed, isn't it?
Yeah. But thank you so much for doing that with us. If people are watching this again on the YouTube repeat and things like that, then just absorb yourself in just a trip, a quick trip around World Showcase. If you're listening on the podcast, yeah, I've been dead quiet because I've really enjoyed this. I've just enjoyed just watching a place I love, and it's just like it's been fab. But yeah, thanks, Josh. It's just been amazing. And
no problem, my pleasure. And any Wednesday I've got off, I'll see if we can have a trip around.
And the best thing of all is it's only coming up at 5 o'clock there, so it's kind of my time of the day now. It's just like yeah. I've got my time clock suits better for Florida time, always.
Absolutely. We're hoping these clouds are going to stay off, and then me and Morg after work might actually have a nice time tonight.
What are your plans for tonight?
Don't know. Morg's going to see how he feels after somewhere around.
After a hard day at work, yes, that's it.
We'll probably go for dinner somewhere around Showcase. We're going to try and stay for the fireworks potentially.
Cool.
Which will be my first experience of them. So we'll wait and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
I do go though. Highlight of the week actually was the light show on the Chinese theatre before Fantasmic at Hollywood Studios. That's well worth a watch.
Yes.
Basically going through the history of Disney animation, which was really cool.
Very cool.
By surprise.
An amazing one.
Yeah, took me by surprise. So that was a good start to the evening on Tuesday.
Amazing. Thank you, Josh, so much for joining us.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
Don't work too hard.
I'll try not to, and I'll see you real soon.
Yeah.
See you
See you
soon.
Bye.
Yeah. Love you, son.
Oh,
that's so nice. That was so good.
It's great to see. They're alive and they're working hard and having fun. So that's the important thing.
Having an absolute blast. I think that's the best thing of all. I'm going to finish. I know we're going long and things like that, but hey, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Where about quick fire? Claire, one place in the whole Walt Disney World that you would want to go enjoy a coffee, where would it be?
I'm going to come to so much trouble for this. I'm going to get in so much grief for this. If I was
please don't say Denny's.
If I was looking for absolute peace and quiet, so this can I have two places? So if I was in Epcot, I would grab a coffee and go to the seating area outside in Japan, up by the koi ponds.
Yeah.
Definitely. If I was in Magic Kingdom, I'm going to go for Tom Sawyer Island.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
But don't tell anyone I said that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Becca, what about you?
I am going to go and sit on that seating area that's just outside the plaza in Magic Kingdom, just outside the hub.
Yeah.
It's sometimes quite busy, but it's a relaxing busy. So you're watching people go by and watching the world go by.
And you get a good view of the castle.
And you get a lovely view of the castle.
Yeah. Ben, what about you?
Oh, it's so difficult because there's so many, as I mentioned tonight, there's so many different places. But I'm probably going to go to Barcelona Lounge.
Oh,
it is incredible, and I love Coronado Springs, Gran Destino Tower. It's so relaxing, and a lot of people don't know about that resort. Every time we've looked at booking it over the years, and it's just great. Even though how many times we plugged it on the show, Coronado Springs and Gran Destino Tower, it's incredible. If you've never been, even just for a visit,
just go.
It's got so much great food, so many options, and it just with the music, it's just
go in the tower and inhale the scent.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's just there's so many places, isn't there? And for me, I'm probably similar to Becca. I think it's Main Street Bakery. Walking, and that really annoyed me when Starbucks went on Main Street. Because I still don't think they belong there. But hey, I've got over it. But I would still have to go for a cinnamon roll from Gaston's to just sort of make the coffee sort of just that little bit more of an experience. But it would have to just be in the hub, and that for me is the one thing that I actually I think in the UK you enjoy a coffee on a cold morning very, very often through the winter. When you go to Florida and you're on holiday and it's really, it's warm and it's moist and it's that whole feeling in the middle of August when you've got a coffee in your hands and you're thinking, nothing beats this. And I would just walk up, center a hub, coffee cup, bang, and just sit and just watch and just soak it up. And that's what I'm so looking forward to. And that's where I've been so lost in just walking around Epcot. And I don't think jealous is the right word for it. It's so proud to watch your own son walk at that pace right away around World Showcase.
40 minutes.
Yeah.
He did really well.
But know that he's put as much thought into this show that we do, and I love that, and I think that's the joy of what we do, and I think it rubs off in your kids. It's why they're across there, Claire, and they're living a dream that we can only
they're living their best life.
And I think it's such a beautiful thing to be able to share with people. And I might be wrong, and if you're in the chat and you think we just want you talking rubbish on a Wednesday without the pictures, let us know. Send me a message. I'll deal with that. And but it's beautiful. It's beautiful to actually have something live to share with people, and even it is just in the background as it has been for most of the shows.
There's been some incredible things that we've done on the Great British Mickey Waffle, and I want to highlight one of the most recent shows that went out, and we were joined by Russ.
Oh yeah,
I love this show so much.
Disney bubble.
Yeah.
It was
an amazing show.
Yeah,
I was so jealous I wasn't there for the recording of this one. It was the night before Morgan and I went away, and I listened. So I messaged John and Ben earlier this week and said that I listened to this show as I was driving to London and back on Sunday. It's just the best show. Ross is so engaging. It's a really intelligent and informed conversation. I think it is one of our best shows. So if you haven't listened to it, please do go back and download it and have a listen. It's just the best. Well done.
We could have carried on talking for hours.
It sounds like that. Immediately it finished, I was like, we need to get him back now. Let's have another conversation. So
and there was so much talk about stuff that isn't just Disney, because obviously we focus a lot on Disney, but it was great to talk about what Universal is doing with Epic Universe. And I know the next year with D23, there's going to be so much other stuff to talk about.
Let's hope so. Well,
if not, we've got a lot of blue sky thinking to fill for the next 12 months.
Again.
Yeah.
I did like it, Ben, because actually you put something on Instagram that the one part of that podcast, and I went completely off radar, and I was, I don't mean to be controversial at times, but it kind of happens. But you put it on Instagram just front and central, and I'm not a great user of Instagram, and when you see yourself coming back with the little, with all the words coming up, I think, do you know something? Yeah, I was right. I was thinking, I like that.
It's amazing. It was such a good show, and totally recommend it.
Oh, thanks.
If anyone in the chat's going to D23, can you let us know? Just so you know.
Yeah.
Throwing that out there. Or anyone who's listening on Friday or beyond, if you're going to D23 this year in 2024, can you just drop us a little message on Instagram or something and let us know?
Yeah, definitely. So it seems a shame. Something, we keep going longer and longer on Wednesday, and I really don't like wrapping the show up, because actually it's been such fun in actually doing this.
But all good things come to an end.
They have. Oh, Heather is going to D23. Okay,
excellent, Heather.
Oh,
noted.
You might be a representative of the Great British Making Waffle, but we'll come back to that. We'll get in touch with you.
We'll be in touch.
Everyone who's been in the chat, a massive thank you. You have been an absolute joy to be part of this show, and I know fine well that so much. If we missed anything that you said, we do apologise. We know that there are people out there that are watching this show, probably because you're friends of Morg and Josh, and we thank you for joining us. And join the chat as well, because actually we do, we like stuff like that. We've also got another show next Wednesday. I think we're talking cocktails, but not of the Tom Cruise variety. And only some people will get that. If you're of a certain age, you won't even get that whole joke there, which probably shows my age rather than yours.
What I like about that picture on the screen, apologies for anyone listening to the podcast, is that is Barcelona Lounge.
Oh, take me there. There we go. I think next week could end up being quite messy, couldn't it? We just sort of, just grab a cocktail of your own, ready to enjoy the show. And by that time, we'll be, it'd be more, I'm not even, next Thursday might be a bit of a,
could be messy.
It could be. I think that's it. Yeah. We're on GB Mickey Waffle on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Facebook, and X. Follow along for all the usual fun. I'm just about to go. I need to start making cocktails for next week, because I'm not a big cocktail drinker, so that could be even more interesting.
I'll have to dig out that waffle recipe though.
Noise, mate. That was ridiculous. I tell you, the cocktail maker in the team is Simon. So Simon is a vicious cocktail maker.
Okay.
He's given me some top tips, and yes, my shopping bill went up significantly a few weeks ago with the number of things that I had to purchase to be able to make a decent cocktail.
Brilliant.
However, it does work. And Heather, Kokomo, what a tune! Just saying, good choice.
On that note, everyone's not going to listen. Everyone's going to be singing that on the way out, aren't they?
Who doesn't love the Beach Boys?
Until next week, thank you ever so much for joining us, and we'll see you real soon.
See you real soon.